Hi friends, in today's world, most of our meetings have gone online. Whether it's office or some club meeting, we have to attend a lot of online meeting. An online meeting means we have to speak well in front of the camera. Here I'm going to show you and share you some tips and tricks by which you can sound very well in front of the camera. So if you want to really sound charismatic and speak well in front of the camera, then please follow these tips. So here we start. I'll start with the most important part, and that is the eye connection. In the physical world, it's very easy to speak in front of people where the eye connection can form very easily, and that the brain can really take it very naturally and you can respond to it. But in the virtual world, when you are speaking in front of the camera, it's very important to look in front of the camera. And that is something that you need to practice. You need to assume that there is really a live person sitting and you are speaking to that live person. And this will always come with the practice, and the practice will be to look at the camera. Number two is to ensure that you do some eye movement like I am doing. So what happens is that when we keep on speaking in front of the camera, the eye gets a bit tired and we tend to do not make any eye movement. In physical world it happens automatically, but we need to be conscious to make some eye movement so that it looks really wonderful with your eyes. And the third point is to really keep in mind is that not to close your eyes too much or stare it like this. So a little bit of eye movement with some blinking can really make it very natural. So try this eye movements, which can really help you look very connected and form a bridge with the audience. The second important thing is the camera position. The camera should be placed in such a way that you are mainly in the middle of the camera. Like I have placed my camera and I'm really in the middle, unless I really want to show something to the side. So try to keep yourself in the middle of the camera, not be too left or too right, keep it in the center. The second thing is that keep the position of the camera in such a way that it's not awkward, it's not tilted downwards. It should be straight, almost close to your throat or your face level, so that you look very even when you come in front of the camera. And the third is try to have a background. As I am using a green screen, you can have a good background if possible, because it may be possible in today's world that you may not be able to have a good background as we are working from home or doing all the shooting or whatever we are doing from the home. So you can still try to keep a professional background if possible. So these are things that you should keep in front of the camera. The third thing is, since you are in front of the camera, it's very important to keep one thing in mind, and that is try to show some facial expression. When you're talking about a serious topic, you can have a straight face, but most of the time it's always better to smile. Smile with a genuine smile so that it really feels connected with the other person. So don't forget to really smile in front of the camera, because it really makes you connected with the audience. Make a habit of looking into the camera and smiling. Another important point is hand movement and gestures. What you have to do with your hands. When you use your hands to explain things, you really sound very intelligent. Psychologically also it shows that people who are intelligent use hand gestures most of the time. You can use your one hand to explain things if you're not comfortable with both the hands, or you can use both the hands. You can also use your hands to show illustrations. For example, you want to show something big or something small, but please don't overdo it. If you expand your hands like this, so it becomes exaggerated. Use your hands well in a combination of using one hand at a time like I am doing, or you can use a combination of both the hands, but please use both your hands so that it looks very illustrated whenever you speak, and you make the most of it when you are speaking in front of the camera. Another important point to really keep in mind is to have a vocal variety. You cannot speak in a same tone and expect things to be very interesting. You have to really pace your voice. So the pace with which you speak, the volume at times going high or at times going low, the pitch of the voice when you do some characterizations with different high and low pitch, and at the same time having a good tone. Tone is an emotion with which you speak, as I'm showing really excitement while making this video. So implying all these tips and tricks of voice modulation, vocal variety, it really makes your speech very interesting so that it can really stick with your audience. And the last point which you can really note is that when you speak in front of camera or even in public, try to avoid filler and crutch words, because what happens is that when you speak in front of the camera, we feel that there is no person and we tend to use a lot of filler words and crutch words. Example, basically, now, you know. So try to avoid these, and the best way to avoid is to really be conscious that yes, you are not supposed to use it. And the second thing that you can do is that speak a bit slower. When you speak a bit slower, you have enough time to speak and your brain does not give any filler to fill you when you try to speak fast. Speaking a bit slower can really make you avoid these filler words. So friends, as you can use all these tips, can really make you sound very well in front of the camera and you can become very charismatic. So start using it, and please share your comment if you are using it and if anything that you want to share which I can add. Thank you for listening.